everyone, so I'm here today to do my empties for the month of January. These are all of the beauty products that I have finished off in the month of January. 2019, I've decided to do a no-buy. I, like a lot of other YouTubers, was inspired by Hannah Louise Poston's no-buy year in 2018, and I decided to do the same thing this year. So what I've also decided to do is keep track of the amount of money that I am using up with all of these products. I just find it really interesting. It's something that I've been keeping track of pretty much since I've been on YouTube, but I've never really shared it. So at the end of this video, I will share with you the value of all the products that I've used up, and then hopefully I will use up about $5,000 worth of product this year. I think that's totally doable, but as to whether or not I actually achieve it, we will see. So let's get into the products that I finished in January. I'm going to start off with makeup. I have two mini products. These were part of my Turn and Burn project pan, which I'll have linked up above if you would like to have a look at it. This is the NARS Orgasm Illuminator. I was using this as a highlighter slash blush, but ended up mixing it in with my foundation. And this was the Shiseido Luminizing Satin Eye Color Trio, which was a sample 0.2 grams of 3 different colors of eyeshadows. I liked that, but I wouldn't buy Shiseido eyeshadows. I don't think they're amazing, and I wouldn't buy that either. I also finished up my Glossier Stretch Concealer. This is in the shade Light. I've been working on this concealer pretty exclusively since about December 2017, so it took about a year for me to finish this up, and I am really glad to have it gone. It is a little bit too yellow for me, and I just don't think it's that amazing. I think the RMS Uncover Up is pretty much the same, if not better, and easily available in Australia, so I wouldn't buy that again, but I did enjoy using it. I have 3 perfume products. The first 2 were also part of my Turn and Burn project. This was Floral Street London Poppy. It is a really clean, crisp green citrus scent. To me, it smells just the same as walking into a florist, so I liked it, but I probably wouldn't buy a full size. This was the Kat Von D Saint Rollerball. It's a vanilla white floral, and I did like it. It is a nice scent, but I wouldn't buy it even if I was buying Kat Von D products. And this was Tocca Giulietta. This is a really light, clean floral scent. I think it's tulip in this one. It is a really nice, easy perfume. I would recommend it for people who don't wear a lot of perfume, or maybe for young girls. It's a really nice starter perfume, but it's nothing special, so I wanted to buy it for my collection. I'll do some quick single-use products. I've got 2 J. June Cosmetic Rose Blossom sheet masks. I've been buying these for years. I think it's a really nice, hydrating, simple rose mask. I've kind of come to the decision that I will no longer be purchasing sheet masks. I just think they're too wasteful, so I will not buy those again, but I have bought them many times. This is the Lululemon Sweet Drop Weekly Face Mask. This was a honey mask. I love the Lululemon ones because they are cut really nicely for my face. They're also really thin. They have a lot of moisture in them, and I love the size of the packet. I think they're really great for travel, but I would not buy again because I'm not buying sheet masks, not because I don't recommend those ones. And this was the Garnier Skin Active Honey Mask. This was a single-use honey mask that you then washed off. I did actually really like this. I thought this was a really nice, pleasant experience, but I wouldn't purchase it because it contains palm oil. Now the rest are skincare products. So I've got 2 body care products. This was the Lush Satsuma soap that I purchased for their Boxing Day sales, I think. This was a limited edition for Christmas, and it was like, it looked a lot like their Bubble Runes, but instead of being bubble bar product on the end, it was soap. I didn't like it. I thought it sudsed up really weirdly, and I think that Lush products, some of them, have way too much dye in them, and it means that it feels gross to rub it all over your body, and it leaves your skin really squeaky clean, which I don't like, so I wouldn't buy that again. It took a really short time to use up, and I wouldn't buy it again. This is the Akin Natural Deodorant Geranium and Cedarwood Scented. I thought this was a great natural deodorant. I actually thought it was really effective, but I hate the way that it smells. yeah, like a really strong cedar scent. So it smells kind of herbally masculine, and it was a good deodorant. If it came in a different scent, I might buy it, but it competes too much with the perfume that I'm wearing, so I wouldn't buy it for that reason. For my skincare, I have two minis. This was the La Roche-Posay Tolerian, I'm not sure how to say that, Sensitive Prebiotic Moisturizer. I'd look into buying this again. I thought it was a really nice nighttime moisturizer just to put on top of everything else that I've used to kind of seal it in. I'm pretty sure a lot of La Roche-Posay products contain mineral oils, so I would have to look into seeing if this one does. If it does, I probably wouldn't buy it. And I had this mini of the Laneige Water Sleeping Mask. This is also a product you put on last in your skincare routine at night to lock everything in and to create like a moisture barrier for overnight. I thought it was nice. It was a nice texture. I have used better products than this before, and I didn't see an amazing result in my skin, so I wouldn't buy it full size, but I was glad to try a cult product. I've got two cleansers. The first is the Murad Environmental Shield Essential C Cleanser. This is $60 in Australia. Really expensive for what I think is just a simple foaming cleanser. It's just a gel cleanser. It was fine. I used it as my morning cleanser and it was nice. It definitely didn't strip my skin or make me feel like I'd run out of oil or anything like that. It was fine, but I don't think I would pay $60 for it. And then this was the Oskia Renaissance Cleansing Gel. I purchased this in January last year when I was in London because I have heard UK beauty bloggers speaking about this for years and I really wanted to finally try it. It is really similar in my opinion to the Milky Jelly Cleanser, except in terms of texture, except this is probably a little bit thicker and is closer to a balm in texture than a jelly. It also emulsifies far more than the Milky Jelly Cleanser does, so that was a really nice experience. It's also really expensive and I would have to order it from overseas, so I don't think it's amazing. I think it is a really moisturizing, nourishing cleanser, so it doesn't strip your skin at all, but I also don't really think I need a very expensive cleanser when I can just apply moisturizer afterwards. Speaking of moisturizers, this is the Body Shop Vitamin E Moisture Cream. This is a really simple moisturizer. I don't even really know what the ingredients are in it, so I'd have to look into that, but I got it as a set last Christmas in 2017. One thing I really didn't like about this, which I couldn't really understand, is I had it open for a while, but I hadn't used it for a while. So I opened it up again to start using it, and it was as though there were little shards of plastic in it, or not really shards because they weren't super sharp. They were more like shavings, as though someone had like shaved plastic into it. They broke down eventually when I rubbed them into my face, and I found that when I mixed this up in the jar, they kind of dissolved again, but I have no idea what they were, and they were really hard, and I'm like, is that just solidified product? What is that exactly? So I found that a little odd and it would put me off buying it again. Another Laneige product, this is the Water Bank Eye Gel. So this was a 30ml, 25ml container of eye gel. It's an enormous container, but it is not actually as big as the packaging would have you believe. It was a really simple moisturizing eye gel. I purchased it because it was recommended for tired eyes or eyes that spend a lot of time in front of screens, which mine definitely do, but I think it was just a really nice moisturizing eye cream. I think I really liked the ingredients when I looked into them, but I'm not sure I would pay for this. It's not the best eye cream I've ever used, but it is something pretty nice that I would consider purchasing if I didn't really know what else I was going to get. And the last product I finished up, this is my Thank You Farmer Sun Protect Shimmer Sun Essence. This is SPF 30 and PA++. So I got this a few years ago. It hasn't expired yet, so don't worry about that. But it has a little bit of a shimmer to it, which I thought was really nice for everyday wear and definitely for wearing underneath makeup. It was pretty luminizing. It is a Korean product, so I actually really have no idea how it rates on the Australian sunscreen rating, I guess. I'm assuming because I did buy it in a authentic store in Australia that it is approved, but I can't really guarantee it because I don't really know what systems this went through to get to Australia. I'm not saying it's dodgy or anything, I just don't know. I don't know what standards to which it was measured. So if you don't know, in Australia we have incredibly strict sun care product ratings because we live underneath the hole in the ozone layer. So our UV rays are stronger and we experience more sun damage because of it. So a lot of sunscreens that are available overseas are not available here because they are not strong enough. I've also been doing a lot of research since running out of this to look into mineral versus chemical sunscreens, and I'm leaning towards the mineral sunscreens, which are also really difficult to find in a formula that works well under makeup. So at the moment I'm kind of struggling with sunscreens, and I probably wouldn't buy this again just because I don't really know if it is protecting my skin enough. So there you go. Those are all the products that I finished up in January. Let's get into some numbers. So I have my little chart here. In terms of makeup products, oh, also, I didn't show you any samples, like foil sachet single-use samples, because I don't include those in Empties, but I do include those in my calculations. So if numbers seem odd to you, that's why. So for makeup, I used up $34.43 in January. For skincare, I used up $278.38. The reason being, this Oskia Renaissance Cleansing Gel I spent $55.03 on, and I spent $60 on this cleanser. So that's why that's so high. In terms of perfume, those 3 perfumes came to $24.88, and the body care came to $8. So in all of January, my total for used up products is $345.69, which is great. If I can continue that for the rest of the year, that would be fantastic, but I'm sure I will be using up more expensive products, especially in the makeup category, throughout now and the rest of the year. So hopefully I will hit my $5,000 mark. It's not a huge goal of mine to use up $5,000. I just think it would be a really nice round number to hit, and I find tracking the amount of product that I've used up really interesting, particularly when I know I won't be bringing in any new products. So all the makeup that I have will be the makeup that I use this year. So those are my empties and all of my numbers. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.